Hey there, I'm Mr. Terry, high school history teacher. Welcome back to another History Teacher Reacts video. All right, you guys, let me know before I even found out Sabaton's dropping new tracks. And ever since you guys introduced me to them a few years ago, they've easily been one of my favorite bands. Sick music, history topics, killer live in concert, one of my favorite concerts I went to. Now, it looks like the other day they dropped 2 videos, and I chose this one to do first. This one's called Lightning at the Gates. This original video is going to be linked down below. Please support them. Watch the original, like it, add revenue from my reaction. We'll be headed to them as well. And let's rock. All right, one of the things I really appreciate about Sabaton is they give you a little bit of the historical background, so you can check that out, which I feel like makes the song so much more meaningful. And here is what this video is about. Hannibal Barca, you got to say it like that. Our Carthaginian general from North Africa became one of Rome's most formidable foes after the First Punic War. Determined to restore Carthage's glory, he took command of its army at age 26 and led a daring invasion of Italy from Iberia, famously crossing the Alps with his army and 37 war elephants. Hannibal secured major victories at Trebia and Lake Trasimene, with his most famous success at the Battle of Cannae in 216 BC, where he employed a masterful double envelopment to crush a much larger Roman force, a tactic that's still studied in military strategy today. All right, I'm ready. Let's go. I think this is a lyric video, right? I think it said that. Lightning at the gates. Some sick art kind of there, you know. They're marching. Gonna swim those elephants across the Mediterranean. Now they use boats, don't worry. There he is, man. The legend itself. All right, what we got?
As the winter's drawing near, fast approaching change of seasons, threatening march over mountains, an army ascends. As the time is running out, a desperate move, a brave surprise, a threat to Rome comes from the north, through us they go.
Okay.
Through the ice and the cold, the snow, over mountains, an army from home, leading beast and man through the cold and snow. Marching, we're moving on road, guided by the stars like the valley below. Break the illusion of the foe as they cross the range where no armies go. Marching, descending on Rome, from the peaks to the heart of their foe.
All right, sick. All right, so they're setting up the invasion of Hannibal's army across the Alps. So they had taken their army across the Mediterranean to kind of modern day kind of Spain and marching them eastward. And this is, you know, so much of Roman controlled territory and territory they're trying to get into, you know, and that's what all this stuff was about. It was about territorial conquest. They had islands that they were trying to compete over. But anyway, I cover a whole bunch of history videos of that. But it looks like right here is they're talking about is marching this army. And yeah, they had these elephants and going through the Alps. And you just don't think of like, you know, these elephants, right? They're coming out of Africa into the arid areas that they're coming from and going through snow and this and that. And I believe that actually some elephants had died, which is so sad. But anyway, yeah, they're going to cross in the Alps. And these guys do work on Rome. If you don't know about the history, check it out. I've covered a lot of things. Probably check out my oversimplified reactions if you want to see me react. They all on the Punic Wars. Hours of content there. So I won't repeat myself. Let's keep rocking though. Okay, good first verse. See else where we're going.
Let my goals to find the way, unite the tribes to show them through.
Balls of the enemies of Rome.
Across the divide, face the odds, the mountain's wrath. We took the unexpected path to the battles that await them down below.
And below the Alps, right?
The ice, the cold, and the snow.
I like that little pre-chorus line.
Mountains, an army come from home, leading beast and man through the cold and snow. Marching, they're moving on road, guided by the stars like the valley below. Break the illusion of the foe as they cross the range where no armies go. Marching,
They were talking about the Gauls. The Gauls are like the ancient French, I guess you could call it that, who are long going to be enemies of the Romans. And if you know, famously, a guy named Julius Caesar, he's not quite there yet. He's a couple centuries, he's getting there, but he is going to do those guys in and end up massacring them and conquering that territory. But there were a lot of people that did not like Rome. It wasn't just Carthage. It was pretty much all their neighbors. People don't like their imperial neighbors. So you can get a little help from them and can make a sneak attack here, I guess. I mean, it's not really going to be a sneak attack. There's some fights and skirmishes along the way and stuff like that. But who would think that they would march some kind of, elephant army and all these people through, the dangerous Alps? So much of this fighting, by the way, it was naval, but also, again, in like coastal regions around the Mediterranean. So the Carthaginians were throwing a curveball at the Romans here. All right, let's see where they take the story next. Are they getting out of the Alps here soon? Ready to hit the valleys and start going to work? I think so. A little solo here. Egypt for some reason. They're nowhere near Egypt. Wow. I'm thinking this is they have an album coming out. Is it October? I forget what it is. And I think they said it's called Heroes. So you can see actually in the art, I was just making fun there, but I'm assuming we're going to get some heroes from the different places. We had the Templar song, which I reacted to. That came out a couple months ago. It's kind of in the top right here. One of the ones that they had, it looked like released today. I looked at just the notes or whatever. It looks like it's about a samurai or the Ronin, who are kind of like unofficial samurai. We got some castle. Looks like we're gonna get some Egypt stuff. Can't tell what's going on exactly up in the northwestern corner. We'll call it that, but I think we're gonna have a sick album coming out. Here we go. Dude, I like the back elephants kind of head banging a little bit. See him back there? That's the sound they make. Rhone River. Very similar formula they use in their choruses. Yeah. Let's go. Oh, yeah, that is. You can see the album cover. Dude, the album cover is sick, dude. Look at what's going on. Oh, you can see a little bit more what's going on. Do we have like Napoleon or something? What's going on in you guys see this bottom left corner? We're kind of getting those vibes. We got some other like pikeman pikeman dude over here. Oh, are we gonna have a Caesar type character over here to the right of of our like Sphinx over here? Dude, all right. I'm assuming we're just gonna keep getting these drops until the album drops. So sick. All right, final thoughts. All right, so this was Lightning at the Gates, very much in the formula of Sabaton. That kind of style and kind of the rhythm that kind of go just like that. But it's a format I've noticed a lot in their choruses. So it didn't seem like they changed up like a ton for that. Lyrically, it didn't go into a ton of the specific depth of what Hannibal was really going through. It's just kind of very, very focused on just kind of the trek. It looks like that the Carthaginians and their army are taking through the Alps here, and it's just really, that's about it. It's not a ton of depth in it, so just a very little small piece of history. So anyway, What did you guys think of the song? I'm definitely looking forward to more of the album and the songs that they come out. Again, if you guys would like to see me check out the other one, by the way, a couple weeks ago, has it been? They had Hordes of Khan. So talking, about the Mongols there. That video was really cool. That was actually like a real music video that they filmed, and it looks like they had a lot of fun. I reacted to that. I'll link that one down below. So make sure you're checking that out. And I don't know, what do you guys think of the album coming out? I don't know who some of the other stories are that are going to be coming out in this album. And then finally here, before we go, let me know if you guys want me to see the next or watch the next one. It is called The Duelist. And again, I think we got some like samurai related content here. So let me know if you want to see that. One way I'll know is if you thumb up this video. Thank you to channel members. If you had a channel membership, you guys